Let me take you to Nongoma, outside the Gwakheto Mthandayo Palace, where we find eNCA's Siphamandla Goge, who is following developments from there and joins us now for an update there. And Siphamandla, it's been a day of much foot traffic as people come to pay their last respects to Cyril King Goodwill Zwelithini. What has transpired in the last while? When we were talking about an hour ago, it was when the EFF delegation was arriving.
Yes, indeed, and more people are arriving to Lasizwe. The EFF delegation is inside the palace now, together with the ANC delegation led by their Secretary General Ace Magashule. They are also inside. They take turns to go inside and then come out. The leader of AMCO, there's a trade union which is led by Joseph Matunjwa, has just come out of the palace now. As you can see behind me, the gate is closed here. Police are manning the gate, trying to control the situation because there are too many people that are coming here. When they get here, then they are allowed inside in groups. And the concern from the royal family now is that they don't want this to become a super spreader event because more and more people are coming. You will see on my left here, as my colleague Bongam Kize will show you another delegation. Those are local mayors, and then they will be allowed also to go inside here. Let's take a walk down this road, Bonga. Here on my right, you will see also too many people waiting to get their turn here. To Lasizwe, there is that foot traffic, and some people come here bearing gifts. As you can see, cars lining up here to deliver cattle, and then these are gifts to the royal family, but also to feed the monarchs who have come in here. People are not coming in empty-handed. On my left here, you will see the deployment of police officers. This is where they are stationed to ensure that everything is in order. Remember that President Cyril Ramaphosa accorded the departed monarch special official funeral category #1. I see more and more people are coming, making their way to the palace here. Look at this road. Look at the number of cars that are stretching from down there, trying to make their way inside the royal palace, and also more and more gifts here, cows that have been brought by some people who have come here to pay their respects. So this is the situation outside the Gwakheto Mthandayo Royal Palace, and I can tell you that it's going to be like this at least throughout the day. And as I'm going to ask you to come with me, I want to show you what is happening on the other side. There is another tent that has got people waiting there, which serves like a holding room, a holding area of some sort. And there is a concern about lack of social distancing here at the gate, as more and more people are crammed. As we take this walk to Lasizwe Simelane, you can see that's where some people are waiting. On the other side, they are waiting for their turn. They will be briefed here. They will see senior princes, and then after seeing senior princes, they will then go inside the palace to pay their respects. Once they have done all of that, they will come out, and then another delegation will do the same too. So it's been like this since the morning. It will continue to be like this up until at least 5 p.m. today. We understand that the Minister of Agriculture, Thoko Didisa, is also set to arrive around 2 p.m. today, together with board members of the eNCA Trust board. Our viewers will recall that the king was the sole trustee of eNCA Trust, and then now with him having departed, there are questions around as to what will happen to the eNCA. We'll also try to get Jerome Ngwenya, who has been working with the king on issues of the land and eNCA Trust. On the issue of the land, Ace Magashule, Secretary General of the ANC, is here saying they have worked well with the king, particularly on the issue of land. They were working with him to try and address that. But he has described the departed monarch as a peace-loving man. Let's listen to the Secretary General of the ANC, Ace Magashule.
A simple, humble man. Very open and frank, and somebody who could accommodate most of us, and somebody who wanted the ANC to unite. That was his plea when we met him, and I kept on engaging him all the time I think once in a month or two, we'll phone each other.
And he was passionate about issues of land that the ANC is struggling with, particularly land redistribution.
Yeah, he was. And we always, some of us supported him and supported his position. And we are very clear that you can't deal with the issue of land beyond 1913. We must go back and we support those.
So this is a difficulty that we've become all too familiar with, Siphamandla, is it not? I mean, this is a seismic development in the body politic and in the life of AmaZulu and South Africans broadly. But the mourning and the grief has to be expressed within constrained parameters because of the situation we are in. I'm just wondering, watching all of that activity outside the palace there, if it's like this now, under these controlled conditions, one can only imagine what it would have been like had there been no restrictions. Siphamandla, I think we have lost
respects, and then we also expect that tomorrow we will have more and more Famabuto coming here to pay their respect to their departed monarch Thula Sizwe. So if there were no restrictions, you would have thousands here. Even now, the current situation worries members of the Zulu royal family. I can tell you that Prince Hlanganiso told me a short while ago that they are trying to control this because they don't want it to become a super spreader event. The king himself was worried and concerned about COVID-19. You know, every time he addressed his subjects, he asked them to comply with COVID-19 regulations to ensure that they do not endanger their lives, but also those of other people as well. So you would have a situation whereby royal family members will be trying to control this as much as they can. As you can see that here, there seems to be at times lack of social distancing. People are gathered here. They are trying to plan what will happen, even though police are trying to discourage people from congregating outside the gate here. But I can tell you that I've heard some police officers saying they would need reinforcement here. They would need to ensure that they are able to deal with this because mourners keep on coming here. Yes, as much as they are able to control them when they get to the gate, but outside the gate it's a bit difficult for them now with too many cars and too many mourners coming in here. So throughout the day we expect that things will develop like that. But let me tell you that I've spotted members of the Presidential Protection Service here who have come here to ensure that they sweep, as we understand based on what Prince Thulani Zulu told us, that President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to eulogize the departed monarch on Thursday during that funeral service, which will happen after the king has been planted on a Thursday in the early hours. If I can ask my colleague Bonga Mkhize to shift a bit as I see this police car making its way inside the palace here, carrying some senior members of the royal family here, but also making sure that there is reinforcement as more and more gifts are coming. If we can come this side, Bonga, so that we ensure that we leave space for some of the police members here want to do their job peacefully. Thula Sizwe, as you can see here, these are some of the gifts that keep on arriving here, and police are trying to ensure that there is control because more and more cars are queuing here. You see this bull, Thula Sizwe. Phew, those are some of the gifts that people are bringing to Gwakhetho Mthandayo Royal Palace to ensure that the nation is fed, but also to ensure that they do not come here empty-handed, as it is in line with culture and tradition that you don't go to the palace empty-handed, in particular if there is a dark cloud, because royal family members and the nation and monarchs have to be fed after all this is done and dusted. So we expect that any time between 12 midnight and 2 a.m. on Thursday, the king's remains will be planted by Amabuto. Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi telling eNCA that only men will lay to rest the departed monarch as per his wishes.
All right, thank you for that. That's eNCA's Siphamandla Goge live for us at the Gwakhetho Mthandayo Palace in Nongoma, bringing us updates from there.